Hey everyone, Bama Cooley here. Welcome back to the channel, and today I am absolutely ecstatic. Behind me is a 2025 Ford Ranger Raptor. It's the last line of the Raptors that I haven't reviewed yet, and I've heard a lot of talk about it. So today we're going to see if pound for pound this is the best Raptor you can buy. So come on, let's go. Okay, I'm not going to bore everybody to death with a full in-depth review of the exterior. If you're watching the channel, more than likely you know what the Ranger Raptor looks like. However, I'm going to point out some of the things about it. But at the end of the day, this thing's about the motor and it's about the drive, and that's what I'm really interested in getting into. So, off the bat, you got Ford going across here like you do with every other Raptor, so you know it's a Raptor. Coming down here, you got your recovery hooks. You got your grill sucking in that fresh air for the twin turbocharged 3-liter engine, and we'll talk more about that later. You got your high performance LED headlamps here. You got your fog lamps here. You got your skid plates. It looks like a Ranger on steroids, honestly, with the width. Got the Ford going across here. You got some functional heat vents up top. This is white. You know how I feel about white vehicles. Probably wouldn't went with white myself. However, if you gloss some of this out, I think it would look pretty good. You got to give the Stormtrooper look if you are going to go for the white. All right, let's go over to the side and take it from there. Coming over to the side, of course, you got your body color rear view mirrors. You got your BF Goodwrench KO3s. You don't even get these on the full-size Raptor, whether it's the 37 package, the 35, or the Raptor R. You don't get the KO3s yet. You get the KO3s here on the Ranger Raptor in the 33s, and I think it looks pretty damn good. I would be interested in buying some KO3s for my Raptor. Of course, these are sitting on 17-inch wheels, pretty much Raptor wheels, Ford going across there. Of course, you got your step up right here, sitting a rock rail. It is a stepped up, it has Raptor on it. You got more functional venting right here for the heat extraction from that 3-liter engine. Coming back here, and you have your Raptor decal. I actually like the way the Ranger Raptor decal looks. It lets you know it's a Raptor, but it's really subtle. It's not like a bright orange or anything like that that doesn't always go with all the colors offered in the truck. That was one of my complaints, is that the decals were one color and it didn't matter what color truck you got. I think Ford should offer different decal coloring based on the truck you got. If you got silver, you want all the decals to be black. You don't want orange and a silver, and you know, so going in that. Or if you had the code orange red or the code orange color, you didn't want another orange R or orange Raptor in there. You wanted it to be all black. So I think Ford needs to kind of change that up. Let's go on to the back. Coming around to the back, of course, we got our LED rear lamps here. This does have bed liner. And of course, you got your sensors, your tailgate release. You got the Ford emblem here in black, which I think is a great look. You got your rear camera. You got Raptor here in black. Great look. Like I said, if you're going to go white, Stormtrooper it. That's all you got to do. It takes a boring white color and makes it look awesome. Of course, down here you got your trailer. This only tows about 5,500 pounds or so. It's not the best towing vehicle due to the suspension. Power in the engine is not the issue. This is a Baja truck. It's an off-road truck, so the suspension is the limiting issue. Of course, you got your recovery hooks in black here. And now I'm about to point out a pet peeve. Ford, if you're listening, which you probably aren't, why in the world are these two massive exhaust tips chrome? This is a white truck with black everywhere, or a dark gray. Those things need to be gloss black. That chrome does not even go there. I don't even know what to tell you. It doesn't go there. Chrome does not go there. This is an easy release tailgate. We got the bed liner, we got the ruler, we got clamps here. We don't have the step up like you do in the full-size Raptor. And we got some power plug-ins, some lights. So this is a very light tailgate to push back up. As far as the key fob itself, it's a Raptor key fob. You got Raptor right there. You got your lock, unlock, and your auto start. So let's go ahead and auto start. This isn't a cold start. Obviously, I've driven it here and it's a warm day. It's 3.6 liter. I do have some B-roll of it in the Baja mode revving up, and we'll hear it when we take it for a drive. So in the Baja mode, for a 3.6 liter, it actually sounds pretty damn good. So let's go check out the inside. Okay, coming to the inside, this is one of the ways you can really judge a mid-size truck is how comfortable is it in the back seat, taking coworkers to lunch, maybe if you want to do a family trip. This is where the Tacoma, especially the TRD Pro, kind of falls flat because it's so tight with the way the seat is and the way the roof is that more than 30 minutes and you're probably pretty upset. But this is where the seat would be. I'm 5'11" if I was driving. Ford actually has a cutout right here for your knees. So it's actually very comfortable. We got comfortable leather, orange stitching going around. You got some cup holders here. You got some storage here. You got your USBs. You got some power outlets here. It's actually a very comfortable back seat for a mid-size truck. Like I said, they cut it out here, so they thought about that. So let's go check out the front. All right, coming up to the front, this is a nice mid-size, mid-price truck. You got Ford Performance going down here. Of course, you got all your mirror and window controls here. You got your three memory seats. You got leather, soft touch. You got a little sway type action going here. The steering wheel has an orange marker. It has Raptor right here. It has orange stitching going around. It's thick. Like you want a thick steering wheel for this type of truck. This steering wheel with the Raptor in orange actually looks better than my steering wheel. My Raptor just in black. It just kind of blends in. The Ford emblem here needs to be black. It doesn't need to be blue. It needs to be black. And we'll move the camera so you can see what else is on the inside. But overall, these seats are very comfortable. It has Raptor going across back here. You can see how I'm sitting. I'm very comfortable. I could take this on a long road trip. I could go over sand dunes. I could jump it. Seat kind of holds you in. You have all the adjustments, 10-way adjustable seats, everything you want to do. Let's look at the rest of the interior. All right, everybody, since I don't have anybody filming me today and I'm on my own, some of the camera views will be a little different. But you'll see everything in the B-roll. So here's, you got the steering wheel. Of course, you got all your functions here. You can adjust the steering to what you want, adjust the suspension, adjust the exhaust, just like a Raptor. Answer the phone. You got your R mode. You got your menu for your My View. You can see all the gauges. One thing this does have that mine doesn't is the air to fuel ratio gauge, which I think is pretty cool. It's also got a temperature intake gauge, like with the air coming in before it even gets into the engine, which I think is pretty cool. And of course, full digital display. We got our storage here, some 12-volt USBs, not a big storage because it's a mid-sized truck. We have a knob here that you'll see in the B-roll where you can change the drive mode. You can go 4 high, 4 low, 2 high, 4 auto. It's a big thing. 4 auto is always big, 2 high is always big. You want to have all that. You got trail controls right here. You can turn your camera on, monitor your tire pressure. You got your cup holders. The gear shift is a little weird. It's going to take some time to get used to. You do have manual right here. And of course, you got your paddle shifters, got your lights. You got your adaptive cruise control, your lane keep assist, which is always good. You got your auxiliary switches up here, which is good. So you can hook up all the lights you want. You don't have a sunroof in this. Coming over here, of course, you got a little bit of storage. You got your glove box. Now, you do have orange trim throughout, whether it's the stitching, you got orange trim right here on the vents. You do have also a trailer control right here, and here's your trailer brake. All right, so one thing I've noticed is they've put more on the screen. It's not as many buttons. It doesn't feel like there's as many buttons and levers as there are in my Raptor. Some people like that, some people don't. Also, the screen's vertical, so it's more like what Ram actually does versus the big square one that I'm used to. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm sure I'll get used to it. Now, from an off-road and performance standpoint, what this does have, mine has the Torsen front, which I think Ford got rid of after 24, so there's not even a Torsen front option even for a Raptor R, 37, 35, whatever. I still have the Torsen. The Ranger Raptor gives you a front locker and a rear locker. So there is no place, hardly on God's green earth, you can't take this damn truck. It's smaller than the F-150 Raptor, so you can go on the trails that all the Jeep enthusiasts and Jeep purists will go down, but you're going to have the better suspension. You still got the Fox Live shocks, and you got a front and a rear locker. Personally, I don't care about going down narrow trails at 10 miles an hour or 5 miles an hour. I want to be shooting across a field at 50, 60, 70 miles an hour, hopping this thing, getting the suspension some work, having a good time. That's my personal opinion. To each their own. Some people like going through 6 inches of mud. I don't. As far as the screen itself, the infotainment center, it's like every other Ford infotainment center other than the shape. Very responsive. You got your Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, zone lighting all the way around, 360-degree camera, everything you would expect from a Raptor. Now, let's go talk about this engine. Power in this machine is the twin-turbo 3-liter V6, cranking out 405 horsepower and about 430 pound-feet of torque. This truck will go 0 to 60 in 5.3 seconds and do a quarter mile in 14.1. This blows the Colorado ZR2, the Toyota Tacoma, all the other midsize trucks away when it comes to the performance. And I believe there's actually a Ford Performance tune you can get on this that will crank it up to 450 horsepower and over about 520 pound-feet of torque. So you can probably get below 5 in the 0 to 60. So this truck knows what it is. It's a Baja truck, and I believe for the money, pound for pound, you get the Fox suspension, the Baja capability, the off-road capability, more off-road capability because it's smaller, plus you get a 400 horsepower engine that gets 17 miles to the gallon combined, that goes 0 to 60 in 5.3 seconds. I believe pound for pound, this is the best Raptor. Better than the Bronco Raptor, better than the Raptor R, better than my Raptor, because you get all of this capability in a mid-sized truck, and it's $30,000 less than a regular Raptor. We won't even go into what a Raptor R costs plus the markups. So I think overall this is your best Raptor, and like I said, pound for pound, you're not going to beat it. And I think it's a great bargain for the class of trucks it's in. Toyota TRD Pro is $10,000 more than this. Do you get as much capability? Probably not. And this has got a front and a rear locker. Case closed. It's only one thing left to do. Let's drive it. Let's give it the business in Tijuana, of course. All right, everybody. We're done with the review. We're finally ready to take this bad boy on a drive. I'm so excited to be able to review this for y'all. Like, no joke. It's been a long time coming to review a Ranger Raptor, and I'm just totally glad I'm able to do it. That engine does sound good for a 3-liter. For a 3-liter 6. Like I said, full digital display. It has some additional measurements that mine doesn't have, like the air to fuel ratio. The animations are a little bit different, which I like. Before I even started the review on this, I sat in here for about 20 minutes playing with the infotainment center, playing with the digital display. That sounds good. That's a really good sound. Yes, I know it's not a V8. It's a twin turbo 3-liter, but it is what it is, and for what it is, it sounds good. ride is really good, which I expect nothing less from a Raptor. Especially with the Fox suspension. It's got the 2.5-inch shocks. Hope y'all were able to pick up the acceleration and of course the exhaust note. I'm going to take it through here in this Research Park area because the streets have some curves to them. You can get in it a little bit. And then we'll come back around and kind of get on the highway so you can see what the highway feels like as well. You don't need a full-size truck like an F-150 or a Tacoma, or not Tacoma, but a Tundra or a Ram 1500, Chevy Silverado. I don't see how you can go wrong with this particular truck. Tons of horsepower, tons of torque. You can even tune it from Ford or do what I do and go to aftermarket tuning. If this wasn't a dealer vehicle, I would have tried to find a place where we could take this a little off-road. They could have upped the tires to 35s and from 33s. That's probably a nitpick. Like I said, they do have the KO3s, which I think is good. I would like to have seen it set a little bit higher on 35s. I think 35s would have looked pretty badass on this truck. Comment in the section below, what do y'all think? Would y'all rather have this with 35s than the 33s? I'm done following this Mercedes. God. Taking these curves a little fast, just kind of get a feel for it here in sport mode. When I do hit the brakes, you can hear it gearing down, which I love. You can hear the exhaust. It takes these curves pretty damn well. Don't get me wrong, it's not a Supra or BMW or anything. It's still a truck. However, it does pretty well for what it is. Make a U-turn here. That way I can give it the business when I turn around. That exhaust sounds pretty good, guys. It does sound pretty good. So what we're going to do now is took it around here, around a few curves, a little bit more of a scenic route. Take it on the highway for a few miles, see how it drives on the highway, about 70, 75. You can adjust this display to whatever you want. Right now I got it set on the my gauges, and it's showing me the amount of boost and the amount of air to fuel ratio. First thing I would probably do if I own this is get it tuned and put in an air intake. Those would be like non-negotiable right off the bat. After that, I think you're pretty much set. I do like the way the KO3s look. I'm not gonna lie, they look better than the KO2s. I wonder why it's taken BF Goodrich so long to put out the KO3s for the Raptor F-150 for the 35s and the 37s. Formula should be close to the same, it's just a different mold. All right, give it the business here so we can get to merging speed. This is the 10-speed automatic transmission that's in the Raptor and the other F-150s. It took it a minute to want to shift into that next gear. Right now I'm in 9, 10, I'm in 10th gear. All right, I'm cruising at 70 miles an hour. Exhaust does have a drone to it, but it's in Baja mode. We're doing 70 miles an hour. Of course you're going to hear the drone. If you want to quieten it, change it on the steering wheel, completely goes quiet. It is a little bit more wind noise on the Ranger Raptor than the F-150 Raptor. It's one of the things about the F-150 Raptor, they insulate that damn thing so well. You don't pick up hardly any wind noise or anything, but the downside is you can't hear the turbos either. These bulb, I can't. Doing 70, road's not great, a lot of dips, but I got the normal suspension on, sport steering, sport mode. Definitely take this on a road trip. Very comfortable. Seats are very comfortable. Like I said, for $57,000, $58,000, get a lot of performance and a lot of capability. I wish we could take this off-road. I really do. And show you all that capability. Just be able to cut out and go down a field. Go down here to the turnaround we always go to, get one more pulling off into traffic to merge. I think that'll about wrap it up. This has been a great review. I've loved reviewing this truck. I'm glad I was able to finally do it a year and a half too late, but better than never. All right, everybody, get one more pull here as we're merging into traffic. This is quick. Can't imagine what it'd be like with a really high performance tune and possibly running some E85 through here. Such a smaller, lighter truck than the F-150 Raptor. All right, that does it for the driving. You've seen it around some curves. You've seen it on the highway. You've seen it taking off. We're gonna head back to the dealership and we'll catch you in a few. So there you have it, everybody. The 2025 Ford Ranger Raptor. I think pound for pound, it's the best Raptor you can buy. It's a great value for what you get. This one stickers at $58,000, which is a damn good deal. Special shout out to my friends at Woody Anderson Ford for giving me time with this special truck today. Go see Phil Henderson. If you're in the need for a Ranger Raptor or any Ford, please check out my videos to the left for some more content. And remember, if you catch yourself on the back roads of Tijuana and you got a fun car or truck to drive, go ahead and put it in Baja mode, give it the business, and have a good time with it. We'll talk to y'all later.